Yes, gonna do an 8-4 M12 draft for value. Whoa, straight in. Okay, I guess no more introduction. Now I have done a couple of these. Yeah, I totally know all about the picks and stuff. I sort of dislike red. And that dragon is mediocre. I'm looking for something else I can take. Stormfront Pegasus is sort of sticking out. There's no way I'm drafting green. Screw green, man. Chasm Drake is, I think, fine, but not super exciting. Maybe I should just take the dragon. The dragon is fine, but he's color intensive and he's red. I'm gonna go with Chasm Drake. I think blue's the best color. Perhaps head into blue-black, because Gravedigger is so good. Divination is fine too. Chandra's Outrage is not terrible, but like getting multiple Gravedigger just is a deck on its own. And blue puts you in a situation where you have the most ability to dig for more. We'll need some sort of removal. We can probably handle that though. Blood Rage Vampire is not terrible, but also not quite what I'm looking for. I might actually go with the Peregrine Griffin here, just because it's sort of the most powerful card. White is good. I'll get a good idea of how open blue is by if any of these cards table. I don't know, I just click on random things. Blood Rage Vampire, Griffin. Blood Rage is obviously actually in my colors. We're gonna play the Call to the Grave deck. Ether Adept 4th makes me feel pretty good about blue, and with bats and Call to the Grave, it seems like nobody's trying to make black work. Fourth pick, Call to the Grave. Fifth pick, Reassembling Skeleton. Like, yep, that's what I'm gonna do, I think. I could take Tormented Soul over it. It's a better card, probably, but I'm not going to. I have options here. I can leak Ice Cage, or no, we're not taking Big Dork. So I guess it's a question of leak versus Ice Cage. And given the way my deck is looking so far, I think I prefer the leak, just because I'm planning to draw games out very long. People should be able to find ways to target stuff. I think I'm pretty happy taking Brink of Disaster here. It's slow, but it's good enough removal in a controlling deck. Just gonna lose to something with hexproof. I'm gonna take Harbor Serpent here, it's just a huge guy. Basilisk came back. So nobody's playing green, unsurprisingly. I'm surprised that Tudor tabled, and pretty happy to take it. It can get called to the grave, which is... I don't know, that's sort of my plan. It can also get whatever bombs I end up with. And at the moment I'm weak enough in other colors that if I open some absurdly powerful card, I can just head into it. I'm gonna take Buried Ruin. Who knows? I might get a Pentavus. The gate, so 3 blue cards got taken out of that pack. The 3 good ones, I suppose. That doesn't really tell us anything. I don't know. I'm not gonna hide stuff. We're just gonna bask in the glory of having drafted Lure and Buried Ruin already. Taken Brink of Disaster high. At the moment we're weak to anything. Gonna take Crumbling Colossus. We're like halfway to being able to play Buried Ruin. Yeah, I might play that. I don't know. It seems fine for holding down the board, right? Really haven't seen any white at all. And very little red, so I feel like I'm in the right colors. Splash Reclaim one time. We're gonna hide that one. And get rid of Lure now. So going into pack 2, we have a Call to the Grave, and very little going on for our deck. We have 1 Gravedigger, so we're like 2 away from that just being absurd. Reassembling Skeleton can interact pretty damn well with a lot of stuff. I think I'm just heavily slamming the Gravedigger here. Wondering if I get anything else out of this pack on the way back. Probably not a whole lot. I might just barely get like an Unsummon or a Mana Leak maybe. Or a Ring Flash. Sometimes people decide not to draft those. So we're gonna take Mind Control here, and then we're gonna table Call to the Grave too. I'm trying to think of some way in which it could be possible that Call to the Grave is the pick over Mind Control here, but I'm not really coming up with much. Not much at all. Just has to be Mind Control. God, I hope we table that somehow. Reassembling Skeleton, Ring Flash, Thran Golem. Skywinder Drake is not terrible at all. In fact, it's maybe a little bit better than the other cards I just mentioned. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take the Drake. Thran Golem's really big. I'm not in the right colors to exploit that, really. I guess black has one decent enchant creature. Lawkeeper. Could jump into white now. Probably not a good idea. Just take the Drake. Doubling Chant does not seem very good. Get to choose between Cutthroat and Tormented Soul. And Auramancer. I have a Brink of Disaster and Mind Control already. Screw it, you only live once. I'm gonna try to splash Auramancers. It's gonna end terribly. Absolutely terribly. I don't know why I would think that this could possibly work. Devouring Swarm obviously works pretty well with Reassembling Skeleton, but I think Fleetwing is just better. Hexproof is so good. Oh, so good. On the other hand, I probably want to be heavy-ish black. Well, I need to cast Mind Control, I guess. That's a super late Lawkeeper, and there really isn't anything else for me in the pack. Dark Favor is not bad, but I'm not excited about it either. I'm gonna take Brink here because I'm terrible. God, this deck just seems so bad, right? Auramancer number 2. Monolith. We're gonna take that over Deathmark here. Be pretty happy about it. What? That makes me feel bad for taking the first Call to Grave really high. How does this card even work? At the beginning of the end step. So I just need to luck out. Oh, alright, we tabled that. I'm gonna rare draft one time. I'm gonna take the Naturalize. Maybe splash it. JK. I won't do that to you guys. Alright. Guess we can get rid of that. Probably don't need to see Doubling Chant. I don't know, I've got some doubles though. Gravedigger, Skeleton, Auramancer. Imagine casting Doubling Chant with an Auramancer in play and Mind Control in the yard. Imagine having an Auramancer in play and Mind Control in the yard. I'm gonna take the Planeswalker. I guess. I mean, I guess that will be okay. God, it's gonna suck when they just like play a Goblin Piker. I probably don't need to worry about splashing white anymore. 'Cause Jace, you know? What's that worth? Holy shit, that's 15 tickets? Why? Big Sanger? Or like Karl Merfolk? I'm actually asking that in full seriousness right now, because look at my curve. Look at that curve. And look at my 5 slot. Oh my Jesus. Someone's really gonna have the Gideon's Avenger deck going. I think I probably take Merfolk here. But I'm not sure I can actually bring myself to do it. Nah, I gotta take the Merfolk. Vengeful. How much does that cost? 2 black, black, black. Well, I'm gonna take it. And feel pretty good about not taking this Sanger, because at this point my 5 is... I mean, I'm at the point where I'm almost just cutting that. Jace's Archivist, that seems pretty good. It also has 2 power and 2 toughness. And only costs 3. So I'm going to take that. Divination or Brink number 3. Brink is so bad, but I'm low on removal. And it seems like this deck doesn't mind too much if they have a bunch of creatures in play, as long as they can attack. Divination might still be better. Look at all the stuff I can draw, man. I think Divination, because I need to make sure I'm hitting my land drops. My land drops, yo. I will definitely take the 6th pick. Ether Adept. And feel great about it. Phantasmal Dragon? Or Skywinder Drake? Dagron, right? It's got to be the Dagron. It gives some guys a lot of trouble. And Drake just doesn't do that much for me. Blocks flyers. I don't know if I'm going to play the second Diabolic Tutor, but I'm going to draft it. Thinking about taking this to the constructed queues once I'm done. Maybe I have enough Diabolic Tutors that I can splash white. Mind Draw, Ponder. I'm actually gonna go with Ponder here. I think probably I don't have to worry too much about hitting the last 2 cards. Probably if I'm still alive, I'm doing okay. I'm gonna draft the 1/2 creature and maybe play it post board somewhere. Okay, so that was a weird draft. My drafts don't usually look that odd. Usually I draft slightly more normal decks. Overall, I feel like I saw nothing exciting in red at all the entire draft. And of course, after you pass the dragon and Chandra's Outrage 2nd pick, you shouldn't really expect to see much pack 2, but overall I feel like red is a little overdrafted. I'm pretty happy I avoided it. I'm like super slow at doing this. You'll have to excuse me. I know everyone else just goes, but I like to string it out like a fine glass of wine. So we have 2 Reassembling Skeleton and 2 Call to the Grave. That is a combo. We have 2 Gravedigger as well, which can, in a pinch, just recur each other under the call. Brink of Disaster plus Call to the Grave is pretty sick card interaction.
I'm gonna play the Ponder for sure. Definitely playing Karl Merfolk. Let's see if I can get my curve down low enough to not die here. Chasm Drake probably doesn't make the cut in this deck. Really cool thing about this deck is I have so much in the way of sideboarding options. I assume that I just play both tutors. I think I'll play the Blood Rage Vampire just as a 3-1 that costs 3 mostly. 18 land and a Manolith. I have a Ponder and a Divination already, so I think I can go down to 17 because I don't have a looter. Could maybe even go down to 16. Again, I don't have a looter. I feel like if I got a looter or two, I would be looking to splash Oromancer. Because all of a sudden, I can discard stuff and bring it back. And I can also, well, obviously I can discard the Oromancer. And I can dig my way to a Plains as well if I need to cast the Oromancer with it in hand and don't have the Plains yet. This deck seems alright. Do I want the Harbor Serpent maybe? Like I was ignoring it because it's just so expensive. But maybe I do. I can mill myself with Jace to get Reassembling Skeleton online. Don't anticipate that actually happening. The only real question is whether I want another Brink. Like, it's a pretty terrible card, but it does deal with a lot of stuff. And I don't have that much that deals with specific creatures. Specific creatures. I have an Unsummon on a stick. I have a Mana Leak. A Karl Merfolk that I took over Sanger Vampire. What would I take out for it, I guess, is I'd take out a Diabolic Tutor, but no. I'm gonna play my Diabolic Tutors. I'm gonna play Call to the Grave with 12 creatures in my deck. And I'm so going to win. Pharaoh works pretty well with Call to the Grave. Is that my only zombie? I think it is. Oh, Gravedigger is a zombie. Look at that. You don't even need to recur them. Just don't sacrifice. Alright. That's my deck. That doesn't seem right to me. I was definitely gonna go 9-8. I guess the blue drops are my early plays. Sorry. Obviously either way I went would be 9-8. How would you know what 9-8 was versus 8-9? Any hizzle. Is that 8 islands? Yes. Is that 9 swamps? Yes. I'm gonna, wind this up and start up again for round 1 very soon.